SK Solutions was the company behind the identification system. They still do mobile. Let's talk about it. Hi Kalev. I got a message that my digital identity was hacked and I need to replace it. What's going on?
It's not yet hacked, hopefully.
Okay.
But there is a potential for actually being under attack if you have the bad Infinity chip with a card. And it's not only about you, but there's like millions of people around the world.
Yeah. Okay. I'm in good company, but it's not actually hacked, but there's a vulnerability in the chip, and that's why I need to have a new card or a new key.
Yeah. What we offer now is that you can actually replace the algorithm. So there was a specific algorithm flaw, and now you can actually get a renewal where you change the algorithms for your keys.
Okay, but I'm sick and tired anyway of that card. I don't want to use the card. I only want to use the thing in which I have in my hand, my mobile phone. What is the status there?
Yeah, we are now providing for a year already an app-based solution where you have part of that in the app and part of that in the server, and we would say that that's the future of the identity. So we have really freed people from additional physical devices for SIM cards or just the plastic cards. So.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm now talking to you. You're the CEO of SK Solution. So what did you exactly do for the Estonian identification solution?
So we are the ones who are responsible for the electronic part of it. So we are the ones who are issuing the certificates and keeping the records about that. We also did the mobile ID. Then we did together also the application on the mobile. And now we did for the Smart ID, we have the service for providing that on a daily basis as a login or signing solution, and the app on the Android or iOS as well.
Okay, and I can use that in the Netherlands. I don't have to have an ID. I don't have to have a SIM card from Estonia. I can just download an app, connect it to my digital identity in Estonia, and I can then do everything from my mobile.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Okay. Now let me ask you about this whole Estonian thing, because we are all very enthusiastic about it. How many times do you use your identification system to get information from the government? Passport, real estate, homework for the kids, etc.
Homework for the kids, it depends whether I'm in charge or my wife, but that's a daily job. But for the
so that's something you really use a lot. I mean, if you have kids and they go to school, you can use it to log in there.
Yeah, and my kids use that as well. But
apart from that, that is number one.
Yeah, for the governmental stuff, I would say that mostly that's about like once, twice per month, not more.
Okay, and what kind of thing do you then get from the government?
Well, then I would mostly use that in a role of the business manager. So you have stuff to actually go and then report for the government, either from the statistics, from the tax or whatever perspective.
Yeah, that's the same as we use it. We have the same digital ID and we do that. But then, what do you use your Estonian ID system for? What other applications do you use a lot next to the homework for the kids?
Yeah, that would be a signing. That I really have, as a manager, a lot of things to sign. Yeah. So I sign on a daily basis, say degrees internally or externally, contracts. So that's happened like 100 times per month for me. And of course the financial services. All of the financial services are accessible for me.
The banks, etc.
Banks, etc. Yeah.
But if you go to Amazon.com, would they also use the identification system from Estonia?
No.
No, but other companies, all the companies from Estonia, they will have a login system. If you go to the My environment, they would use it.
Yeah, most of the personalized environments have the access with the ID card, mobile ID and Smart ID now.
Okay, so now everybody and his mother has been visiting Estonia to see how to make a digital ID. Would you say it is now you've been the first, to come up with a massive scale to use it? The Belgium have done it too, but now 10 years later or 12 years later, 2007 or something like that, you started?
No, it started 2002 actually.
2002. If you would design it now, if a country would now have to have a good digital ID, how would you design it?
That is not very straightforward actually answer. That's a complicated answer, as they say. The ID card thing actually started with a travel document. And it's still a travel document. So if you anyway issue that, it's a question of whether you add there an electronic part. Yeah. Would I say that this is the only and the better solution for everybody? No.
Yeah, mobile first.
Yeah, there's clear tendency that you go towards the mobile solutions. You need the smart device support for everything, and card reader does not get very well into tablets and smartphones, so it doesn't work there.
No. So mobile first is the first thing. And then, I mean, I looked at the portal from the government where you can basically look up your medical information and your real estate information, and it still looks like a desktop. There's still no mobile version. I mean, are they running behind?
Yeah, there are a lot of things. Like exactly, this is like if you take half a year back, I think nobody in the state information agency thought that we will be doing half a year and even more stuff on this, replacing this certificates on a card. So actually, they have stopped the whole department's development for half a year at least. So we are lagging behind in many things thanks to that issue, actually.
Okay, so it's really a big thing that everybody has to have new keys. I mean, it really messed up everything.
It was a big thing, yeah.
Yeah. Who's paying for this whole operation?
So far, the government has paid, but I know that they are having now some debates about getting that money back from somebody else, who is actually guilty on.
Let's talk about SK ID solution. How many people in your company?
We are 40 people. Yeah.
So 40 people, and how many are software developers? How many do maintenance and that kind of stuff?
We actually buy most of the developments in, so we don't have much developers. We hire, I think, monthly 40 plus developers from outside. We tend to keep the maintenance in-house, and that's the core job. So the product development, product management side is in our side,
yeah.
And the maintenance.
Developers you're in. Where would I go for? I mean, for what kind of questions would I go to SK ID solution if I'm a foreign, government or just a foreign company?
If you call, for example, about your e-resident card to the number that is provided, that's us. Okay. That's our service. Although, again, the first line of support, of course, outsourced, but still, that's us. Yeah. If you would call about the software issues that you are experiencing with the Estonian ID cards, that's us. Yeah. So the first thing where you turn to us is help desk. So that's one of the biggest contacts. The second thing would be if you would look at the Estonian ID solution and then you would think that I would like to have that in my country or my enterprise somewhere. So that's also us, because we mostly are able to provide all of that you see.
Okay, so if we as the Netherlands want a good ID solution, we could call you and you could provide everything?
Yeah, you would come to us, yeah.
Have you done that for another country yet?
We are actually providing services now for Latvia, Lithuania. So yes, we have done that.
Yeah. What about Finland?
Finland, very hard country for sales.
What about Estonia? How easy is it to work for the Estonian government?
It's not easy to work for any government. Come on.
It's true. So, but I mean, we're always looking forward that Estonian government is extremely forward-looking and is always thinking ahead and is putting it on the blockchain, etc. But that means that even in reality, they are just the government and they are the same to work with.
Yeah, I haven't worked with so many governments that I know that they are the same. But if you look at the British television show, Yes Prime Minister or Yes Minister, then I would say that most of the public institutions I've seen kind of go towards the same direction. Therefore, I believe that yes, it's pretty much the same in every country.
In 2019, the digital ID needs to be accepted by every government. So I have to basically go with my Estonian card and basically identify myself at the Dutch government or an Italian government or a Bulgarian government or that kind of stuff. Do you have any idea if that will work?
At the moment, it seems that it won't work this year. It should happen starting from September already. But the rate, how it has been so far taken off, I would say that no. It might happen in like maybe 2020 in a scale that is meaningful. Some pilots will actually happen this year, definitely.
Okay, thank you for the update. I'm glad I'm not hacked, and I will update now my card. So this was the message here from Estonia.